Lunchtime with your fave is brought to you by KFC. Finger licking good.
Good afternoon, BW. We introduce you to a brand new dawn, a brand new kickstart show, a segment feature where we get to nibble and have some great conversations with your fave here on Lunch with Your Faves.
Lunchtime with your fave is brought to you by KFC. Finger licking good.
Ooh, and speaking about finger licking good, we also do have food here. So my guest is in for a treat. Make that a conversation Yarona. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome award-winning music producer, Fella on the beat. Kure, at this point, the man needs no introduction. Because if you know, you know. You're gonna hear Fella. Yo, what's up, Fella?
Chilling.
How are you doing?
Nice.
Welcome to the first ever installment of Lunch with Your Faves.
I'm excited to be here, so let's go.
So you are our fave today. Besides exciting, what other word can you use to describe how you feel?
Well, I was a bit under pressure getting here because the traffic, my car was flying, so hey, it's all getting all that hectic.
Yeah.
But we are here.
Oh man, and I love that you came through also, hey? So let's start from, the basics.
Yeah.
Let's start from scratch.
Okay.
Let's start from the beginning.
Yeah.
Who Fella is. First of all, hakitsore Fella.
Yeah.
Ke sale ke itseela gore ke fela ela o tswang phalape ka gore ke homeboy ya me. And ke ngwana mo Catholic ya ka nna ke le mo Catholic yana. But that's pretty much all I know about Fella.
Okay.
Who is Fella? Let's start with your real names.
Okay, give you out the Kagiso Kenosi. I don't have a middle name, that's just it. It's KK, Kagiso Kenosi. I was born and raised in Phalape, under a Catholic family, like you said. I was born ka di 20 December 1989.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
A big man is a big man indeed.
A big man is a big man. So, yeah, get in school, go Phalape, got to varsity, more gaps. And, that's where I think, production started. And then just engineering. And that's what I've been doing ever since.
Dope stuff.
Yeah.
And then the name Fella, because it's Kagiso Kenosi.
Yeah.
So, Fella?
Fella, it was... as you can see, I'm not a big guy. I'm not a big guy, so I've always been like yesterday. So I've always been like this short. And then, I can see a lot of rappers never know about them. Then they used to call me like young fella.
Young fella.
It's just a young kid, young fella. And then it stuck. I used to go by the name young fella, and then I was like, let's just stick to fella.
Let's just
I'm
stick.
not getting any younger. Yeah.
Indeed, that's dope stuff. Growing up, what was it like growing up?
It was fun, but at the same time, I'm struggling here and there.
What sort of struggles did you experience?
Okay, for example, I was the first person to proceed to varsity, and you can imagine.
So you finished varsity?
No, I dropped out. Year 3.
Why did you drop out?
I do. There's a passion in my heart, to be honest. One thing, since what I was struggling a lot growing up, I think I realized that I'm a late bloomer. You understand? So by the time year 3 go university, I was like, you know what? I don't think I'm doing what I want.
What were you studying?
I was doing Bachelor of Business Administration and Marketing.
But that's not bad, man.
So,
it's really not that bad.
Yeah, it's not, to be honest, because, I'm using a lot of the basics to get you to deal right now to push the brand and everything, But like I'm saying, you are the first person, to pass your Form 5. You are proceeding to varsity. In terms of career guidance and all those things.
Wow.
So you are just there.
Did you feel
yourself.
like you had pressure on your shoulders?
To a certain extent, yes. Especially, looking at my siblings. I have 3 siblings. I have 2 sisters and 1 brother. So I always felt like they are always there looking up to me and everything. So, growing up, I was feeling a responsibility of just, making good decisions and just being motor sharp.
Yeah. What's your relationship with your siblings now?
It's always amazing.
Yeah.
It has always been like that ever since Relebanyanyani. At some point, I used to be like overprotective over my sisters. But
Granted. Valid.
I think for any guy who's out there, there's that phase. But then you realize, no, what, these people that are growing up, they're supposed to be people who they're supposed to be. So you have to let them go. But, Nale, my siblings, we have a great relationship. It's always a vibe. I get go phalape, you know, how it's it's always like on a party or something. So there's always that vibe.
When was the last time you were on Go's Palabanus?
I was in Palape that other weekend. Yeah, not this past
not
one,
this
but
one.
that other one.
Yabo Ascension.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
did you go to
weekend.
church though?
Of course, Negilmosi KC.
So I want to ask you something off the record. I mean, Catholic to Catholic.
Yes.
How you feel about how it's set up? Are you still a believer, like hardcore?
100%. Yes.
Because I'm finding myself in a position where I don't know. Because fella, I can't ignore what's happening to the boy child.
Yeah.
We've seen the reports, and somehow it tugs at my feelings because then keep feel this way. Is it really genuine, and is that even for God? Is that a good thing that I should be doing? So how would you advise a fellow, I think, Catholic that's going through that, and they're seeing reports that are happening all over the world, hella, about their church and whatever, and you don't know because you don't want to affiliate yourself with something that you don't believe in. It clashes with your personal values. So how would you advise me? I'm just asking this as the most random question, by the way. I just want to know how you feel.
Hey, to be honest, there's no way how you can ignore these things. Other general issues, you know, they're always about the Catholic Church. They are taking on people always feeling like, you know, and my thing is, I think.
Do you block it out? Some people do. Like, some people feel like there's no institution, drama, scandal, wrongdoing. Because where there is right, they also can be wrong. You know what I mean?
My thing is, you know, every institution in you understand? I'm not the one to question and a lot of things, but to a certain extent, like you said, I think I block it out because I'm one person who's shaken too much when it comes to my faith
and your religion and your spirituality.
Indeed.
How has your religion or your spirituality, you know, molded you to the person that you are now?
I'm a producer because I'm from church. Hey, the love for music started working, you know, just being more massing, and then you see how happy people are.
Wow.
How, you know, they're being healed by music and just, you know, different emotions. Different music. So the love for music, it started from there. And then everything else came later. So I'm who I am because of the Catholic Church, 1000%.
Oh man, and I love that you are dabbing the church because you are very right in that. I learned how to read publicly, you know what I mean? So here I am now on a platform like this.
Indeed.
So yes, our church and where we come from plays a big part of where we are now. So aside from the music, because we're going to talk about who fella is as the musician and as the producer, I just want to get to know you a little more personally. Aside from the music, fella, what else do you value? What do you regard as one of your key values? Besides fitness, I think you are into fitness. I mean, a lot of people have seen your pictures. I mean, you look good. So what else do you value outside of fitness and music?
I'm not an outside person, to be honest.
Yeah, you're very shy.
I'm an indoor person, so I like my space. I like TV. I like podcasts. I like YouTube. I like movies. So most of the time, if I'm not in studio, I'd rather prioritize just going home and then, you know, just chilling. And one of the things, still, what a lot of people don't know about me is that I'm a father. So I'm a father to an almost 2-year-old kid. She's a daughter.
Oh my gosh.
I can tell you this. I think being a father, I think a lot of people lied to us about being parents.
But
they didn't.
What did you hear then versus what you're comparing to what you're going through now?
No, the thing is that I feel like they always champion, you know, the struggle of being parents over the joy that comes with it.
Yes.
You understand? Because now every time when I'm with my kid, like, that's it. I don't want anything else.
Wow. What's your relationship like with the mother of your child? Are you guys together?
Yes. That's my best friend.
So you are together?
Yes.
Are you going to get married to her?
Yes.
Okay.
1000%.
I love it.
Yeah.
So that's you guys' relationship. A girl child. What's that like? How's that going for you?
Like I said, that's the most. It's I don't even have the words to explain it, but I can tell you this. Like I said, people lie to us. I think being a parent is it's an amazing feeling. It's an amazing thing to do. And for me, I always wanted to have like a daughter, and I actually got it.
Wow.
So for me, it's a blessing. It's always an amazing feeling to watch the little kid run around, and she's a happy child.
Yeah,
she's a happy child, and it shows.
What are the lessons that you would like to relate to her if she was listening to you right now?
I want my kid to be my best friend first, before she's my daughter. I don't know if you understand what I mean by that. What I mean by that is that, yes, I want to have like that relationship with my kid. I don't want
the boundaries.
Yes. I don't want my kid when if a situation comes, she might need my input. How do I even tell my father about this? I want her to feel like I'm her friend, and it's easier for us to communicate and talk things out. Also, I want my kid to be, I don't want to hold my kid ransom in a lot of things, because she's my kid and I raised her. I just want to talk this thing about parents like, blah, blah, blah. I really don't like that.
Yes. Black tax.
Yeah, I don't want
that's how we term it. It's black tax.
Yeah. So I want my kid to be free. I want my kid to know, she should prioritize her passions and everything, because I feel like growing up, what are you passionate about? You never had that conversation with your parents. What do you like? It's go to school, pass, get a house, get a wife, get married, have kids, have cars. That's it.
Know what you're doing. Retire away from
yeah, it's over. That time had passed.
We're chatting to Fela The Beat, if you're only joining in right now. Award-winning producer from Botswana, Otsako Palape, and we're in session with him this afternoon on Lunch with Your Faves, probably brought to you by KFC. We're going to be nibbling on our meals just in a little bit. But here's some music I want to play you. I love this song so much, Fela. I think this one is like my ultimate favorite, best. Production-wise,
let's hear.
Here it is. This one is called 3 Star, produced by Fela, Kedi. You gotta respect the goat indeed. Kedi pulling in, featuring Murder, produced by Fela, who is our fave this week. This one is called 3 Star on Yarona FM. It's 1:31.
And with your fave is brought to you by KFC.
Alrighty.
Looking good.
And we're about to just nibble with our meals here from KFC, because every Friday now, we're going to be having lunch together. So baloi, pat down, baloi, down. We're going to eat now. So I have a KFC NBA All-Star meal. So this is yours.
Okay.
I'm gonna just give it to you. This is your meal, my brother.
Thank you.
Let me not limit you. Do you like cream soda or do you want Coke? Coke.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I just love it.
Did you have a lot of it growing up?
Yes.
No senko amang wa Coke haya siam. Never go togela lono Coke.
Hey. I was staying with this other uncle of mine.
Yeah. Hey, what are your uncle like?
I was staying with my other uncle, his name is Uncle Ace.
So like, it's Uncle Ace.
Yes, like you get 2 liters, it's a 2 Coke and a 4 food.
Wow. So, Fela, you get to enjoy that. I mean, as we are having our conversation, I also brought some sanitizer in case you want to sanitize your hands before I'll start nibbling in a bit. But I'll start, okay, I don't want to start with the drink because, I'm a pillow Friday, but wait, let me open my cream soda. I'm having cream soda for those who are wondering what cream soda, but not any other drink. So we played Kedi's 3 Star, and I mentioned that this particular song, Fela, is like my fave. Let's talk about the production thing. How did you get to producing this sort of beat?
Funny story. the whole, because it was a prelude, the project that day. I think it had like 6 songs.
What does a prelude mean for those who don't
A
know?
prelude is like a mini project before the actual
big project.
big.
So there's like a prelude, then there's like an EP, then there's like an album.
Yeah.
Is that it?
And then there's an LP.
Then there's an LP, which
Yeah.
comes after EP.
Yeah.
Hey, we sort of go into the music.
Yeah. So we were supposed to drop an album called Lord Messi 3 by Teddy. So he was like, you know what, before we drop, why don't we drop something for people paid? And then we called it No Messi. So it was supposed to be like short songs with like a verse and a chorus. So Ozzy came, I think we spent the entire night in studio, and then we did all these 6 songs. That night,
What?
all 6 songs that entire night.
In one night?
In one night.
How long was that? In hours?
I think we started around 7 maitseboa, and then we left studio around 4 in the morning.
What?
Yeah.
Was that, how long have you got in terms of like your longest recording session?
I think almost 20 hours. Somewhere
What?
there. Yeah. He just had a lot to say. You know Ozzy, so
Even you know Ozzy.
hey, it was Ozzy. So like I said, we were just there, and to tell you the truth, we did everything there, even instrumentals, like everything all there. No, it's not more thing, play me what you have. It was that. So 3 Star, we did it like that. And for some weird reason, he was like, you know what, this song, Oscar Hamal na kong go ragiri ritual sing another verse more, and that's how Mera was featured. And then we made it like a song. Kiona, the longest song on that project, and then we dropped it as a single.
What's it like working with Teddy?
It's crazy. He's wa joke, and Ozzy, his opinionated. So it's always, we're always arguing and just having those type of conversations in the studio. Like I do more singing because I do more song or vice versa.
So what happens? How argument solve? Do you do rock paper scissors, or you do just like talk it out as Majita?
We try, but most of the time we just call the third party. Yo, what do you think of this? And then we go with that.
Then you go with whatever they feel.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what happened. Guy started it. His single started it. He didn't like that song at all. He didn't like it. And then I was like, you know what?
Also, this relationship that you have with Ozzy, it's so dope. It in terms of musically. As somebody who's listening, I appreciate the fact that I can feel it, the chemistry.
Yeah.
How far back do you know this guy from? And like, does this mean that going forward, are you gonna be like his go-to producer? Because you guys make amazing music together.
Yeah. I met Ozzy for the first time, I think it was 2014. Yeah. But by then we were just nearly stabling together. I was a producer, he was an artist, we were signed. Rizzo Productions.
Got you.
Yeah. And then all that along the way, and we officially met to work together, I think around 2018. We did a lot of Messi 1, the EP. And then the rest was history.
The rest is history.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to use this producer for the rest of his life.
I think you should, because it's like the relationship that Drake has with 40.
Yeah.
It's like, you can't take Drake and not take 40.
Yeah.
So there's fella in there too, because you are producing for them. And then speaking about you being a package deal, I just remembered DJ.
Yeah.
Tell us about that DJing thing. Is it serious?
It is. It's just that of late I've been, caught up too much towards a studio, towards my music production and everything. But I do it. I started DJing, I think last year around November, and I was like, you know what, I'm giving myself 2 months to master this thing. And I never slept the entire festive season. I was doing this in my house.
So Remogo May 2023.
Yeah.
Is it transitioning well?
Yes. That's the first thing I started learning, actually, the whole transition. I didn't want to do anything else, but scratch other complicated stuff. My thing was, you know what, I need to blend the peanuts on my sharp. That was my main objective. So when it comes to blending, I'm the king. Yeah.
So does it mean you're open for bookings, or you still wanna?
Yes, I am open for bookings, but I'm not where I want to be though. But I've played before. I've played, I think, about 3 or 4 shows before, and people liked what I do. Yeah.
Okay. +26739111066. You are invited to send whatever question that you would like to know regarding our fave this afternoon. Remember that his name is Fela the Beat, and he is an award-winning music producer. And now he's dabbling into DJing. So if you want to know our fave or you have a question for him, send your WhatsApp voice note to +26739111066. So you've worked with artists like Ska, Melo, William Lask, KRM, OZF, Kedi. Who's the crappiest? Like absolute worst to work with, because just something about them is just like, oh.
Yo, I wouldn't say crappiest, but I would say, because these two particular gentlemen, they already know what they want when they come to studio. One has more thing, you know what? Let's see where this goes. And most of the time, the artists they have the studio,
it makes it easier for you.
No. It actually makes the job difficult because they know what they want, and if he doesn't get it, we are going to stay there until he gets what he wants. You understand? So because I idea, you feel like, okay, this might work, and then you are like, we're not there yet. Let's try again. Those two gentlemen, and I'm not saying or I'm not saying that they make my job difficult per se, but I'm just saying that the particular gentlemen, they come to the studio, and by the time we leave studio, they have what they want.
Wow.
They stick by it. Those are Juju Boy and Melodramatic. These two gentlemen. Such nothing the entire day.
The entire day.
One.
Wow, one song.
One song.
For one day.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And who would you say is like the easiest? Like, easy going la talokanyana besides Ozzy? Because I know you might mention him. William.
Like, I think the longest we've took, the shortest we've took on a song was something like 10 minutes.
What?
Yeah. That's
How does
William.
that happen?
He comes with already one take, William.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's never like 3 or 4 or 5. Yeah, unless he has a bad day or something like that.
Oh.
But usually it's a one take type thing, and then 5 minutes he's out.
Wow.
So yeah.
No, now we didn't know that,
Yeah.
and we get to appreciate it. We have questions pouring in on our WhatsApp line. Omungaro, who says fella when his tracks start? The tag fella.
If I told you wouldn't believe me.
Come on.
That's me.
That's you?
Yeah. People say it's either Ska or Ozzy.
What?
I don't know why.
No. You know what? What's all right? You
see?
And they give you the tag. And they're like it's a Pino Nea 3-star. Okay, it's coming. No, you have to do the sound because we need to hear it.
I'm telling you, the thing is, I get on an effect, so I didn't want people to actually tell it's me. Because doing your own drop to a certain extent and you let people know it's you, it's a bit corny.
Wow.
So there are conversations where I let people slide or no, it's Ozzy or it's Kai, and I'm like, okay. Cool.
Oh man, but that's so dope.
Yeah.
Kudos to you, props to you.
Yeah.
This one says, you are intelligent, respect man, get it. So when you talked about your daughter, because I'm a single father of 2 adorable little girls, and monate wo. So there's a fellow father who relates. Got the joys of being a father. Maybe like Father's Days around the corner.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks. Yeah, no nyana. Keep sort of be getting the weekend. It's all right. O batla go senya hela akere. Breakfast. And then we have a VN here. Let's hear what this person has to say.
Question for Fela, yeah? Is he open to working with international artists? Because I know the Swazi artists that would like to work with him. And also, how would he go about reaching out?
All right, that's your question, sir.
I'm always open to work with anyone, wherever. I've worked with Proverb before. He's from South Africa. Reason from South Africa. Mosaic from Swaziland. Strapstar. He stays go London.
Wow.
So yeah.
You are open. So
yeah.
I think maybe he wants to know approach
Yeah, I'm one person who always responds to my DMs. I'm not the type of guy who ignores my DM, because I'm a businessman first before I'm a producer.
Wow.
So I can never ignore my DMs. So hit me up.
I love it.
Hit me up on my social media. It's Fela the Beat everywhere.
Lovely. And then project ya Khaburne San 2.
Yeah.
It's Ali.
That's a very good question for Scar. Because I'm ready.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
yeah.
Okay, because you said that, I don't know, man. Is he gonna answer our call if we called him and asked him this question? Because you posed it to me and I'm here wondering what if he does answer, he better pick up the phone.
Let's hope he's in the country.
He's so busy nowadays, happy. All right, so let's hear from the horse's mouth. Guy. Can he also answer? Heish.
Hello.
Hola, Muskazizo.
Mangwan King.
What's up, Dinsan?
I didn't say.
I didn't see. Kako rin naman nun. Remo mo I can't wait to na kinsang.
Oh, okay.
What's up very quickly? I'm with Fela here in studio and we're talking about Khaburo Nesan 2. Hate kwe no sharing project right. So nerabata ko botsa gore how far.
Yeah. I never said Kedi how we said some motu buditse mo WhatsApp yo. When is Khaburo Nesan 2 coming? That's a good question for Scar. That's what he said.
Listen, as you guys know, we're doing the podcast currently. He's done the soundtrack, and that's what we've been working on, alternatively getting in the studio and making music. But he knows what it. Usually I like to put down, some lyrics first. When I get that away, so I've been working on some ideas. And I know how we link. Sometimes I put down some ideas and then we get to go in. And we should do it in a week. And we want to document it, have everything shot. Because people want to see things visually. So it's definitely coming, and we want to make it an experience instead of just music coming out.
So how are they definitely coming? In the near future, as in the next 3 months, year and next year?
No, definitely in about the next 3 months, because today we want to be at least touring. He's still a bit, tight about that. He's not happy about that. So this is why I'm saying, we want to see how we can get more visual with how we're going to do it. Because me and him can get in the studio and do music and drop it, but we want to make it an experience.
I love it. Thank you so much, Big SCAR, for your time. Enjoy your Friday. Chapeau. Okay, so, at least now we've set the record straight. It's coming at 3 months from now. So, we are going to be counting down for 3 months. So, and then we got a VN here. Let's hear what they have to say.
What's up, bro? Yarona, who's your Nanzegel? That fella, Nanzegel, Uzi of Ted, Uzi of Ted, Nanzegel, Bears, volunteer fella. I call an guitar when you get Uzi of Ted, future Ska. Mara, now I know he's fella, the young fella, big fella, big up dude, keep going, fly, my dude.
AKA the hardest working. Where does that come from, Fela? Because you are tagging yourself as the hardest working.
I think this one, it comes from childhood. I've always been I always put effort in everything that I do. Even goes girl. I wasn't like the talented kid when I pass out of nowhere as a Bali and stuff like that. I always getting. So it started from there. I've always been getting effort in everything that I do to make sure I excel and I improve going forward. So it comes from there. And hardest working doesn't necessarily mean only in music, in everything that I do.
Dope.
Yeah.
Wow. We love to hear it. And you hear it first right here on Yarona FM. You're still locked and loaded to Out Loud. It is #lunch with your faves. And our fave this week is Fela, who is a producer. And he has won countless awards. You won recently the Bomu one, Nigeria producer.
Yeah.
Which ones have you lost, dog? Because I don't think you've ever lost awards.
I've never lost
that you've been nominated for.
Nominated for.
Is it nice? No one?
Yeah.
Not right. I lost it this past Saturday. I was kind of bummed, but I was like, it's awards. You lose some, you win some. So you've never lost.
Yeah, I've never lost.
Hey, not that it will happen, but when you're so used to winning, there's a time where sometimes if you get a young L, you feel like it's like denting your confidence, your self-esteem. So I hope it doesn't do that to you, you know?
I'm one person who never expect anything, but to be honest. Yeah, and also I'll get like another safe mode type thing where I'm like, you know what, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. So you tell like it's not my job.
Wow.
Yeah.
We also want to know, fella, which producer would you like to collaborate with? Because I know producers are very big on things like that.
Yeah, one of the producers, we have already collaborated. His name is MB on the Beat. We have an upcoming EP.
Oh!
Yeah, MB on the Beat.
He
won Best Producer for
the Yamas,
yes,
at the 7th Yarona FM Music Awards. What sort of sound is it? The EP, I think.
His sound, he's more into like piano and obviously shaky. So we are trying to fuse the two genres together.
Wow.
Hip hop versus summer piano. So yeah, it's crazy.
So when is that coming out?
That is ready. We just feel like Harna, that one banging song, it could be our leading single for the EP. So we need that one particular song.
Anybody else that you'd like to maybe work with?
Flex the Ninja.
Ooh, love that.
Banguru started collaborating. Who else? I would like to work with Sapalo Sole, Gustos. We've worked before. Yeah.
Yeah. And then artist, who would you like to work with? Who you haven't already?
Hey, man. Can you think Spanelane? I think the only two people that I haven't worked with, because hence there's something coming. I think those are the only two artists who I haven't worked with. So.
And would you be keen to working with them?
Yeah. I'm always up and ready for a challenge, so I'd like to see.
I want to ask you something, fella. This thing that we've seen going around, the growing trend, something that I personally have talked to you about. Yeah. How Botswana hip-hop artists don't like to use elements of our music.
Yeah.
Tradition music. Kore that palanyana ele, borankaranyana bole, ha go tsengwe mo sounding ya rona.
Yeah.
To make it that distinct in the sense that this is Botswana sound, because there's khona di palanyana tsele eng. The thing that Frost did, Mokhanyape, for instance, what is your take on artists not using those sort of beats as a producer, and how can you influence that? Or do you speak to them? Do you have conversations sort of, guys are liking this beat, and what do they say? Maybe we don't know.
Yeah. It's a thing of concern, because to be honest, that's the sound I'm trying to push. As a producer, I feel like it's my responsibility to develop a sound. Yarona, it's from Botswana. South Africa already has sound. Nigeria has sound. Afro, What about us? We have to have our own sound. It encompasses a lot of our traditional sounds. It doesn't have to be like a pure traditional instrumental, but it has to have that identity. So I do a lot of those instrumentals, and I always encourage artists to go for them so that we have our own sound. Don't change who you are. Rap however you want to rap, but let's change sound in terms of our instrumentals and everything. Most of them they don't like, but because I like what I like and I want to do things how I do
my way. Yeah. Alrighty.
But hella I'm trying by all means to play my part by trying to push sound there.
Yeah. Melo sent a message here. Out of much respect, man, you're doing a great job. We need people like you. Shout out. And then Omongware fella, I'm enjoying the OZF work, bringing me out. Call 54. There's a DJ to artist distribution system we're doing with the policy dialogue. Is there something that's being done there? I'm loyal enough to start saving to license, but I don't want to influence the next song. Just make sure to go in with Cosbots. Do you understand that? Or
is that a question?
Yeah. There's a DJ to artist distribution system we're doing with the policy dialogue. And then there was a question mark. Because there's the National Music Industry Summit. Did you attend it though?
I was there.
And no tuleng hela. Ka policy things tsa music wa Botswana ba reng.
You know what? Because a lot of things it was nearly the concern. And the most I think the main objective of that summit was how people can actually make money and earn a living out of the whole thing. So I feel like you know, what he or she is saying, it wasn't really addressed like that. You know, I was with Frostbite, the DJ.
The DJ, yeah.
Yeah. When I raise a concern, or you know what, he feels like you know, it's like like a broader strategy and what is not really tailor-made for us as Botswana.
Aha.
You understand?
Is it customized?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. No, that makes sense though. And then in terms of like, you know, you were talking about Kanyana music industry, ways in which we can monetize our crafts. For a producer, let's talk about rates. Because guys out there,
Yeah.
rate card is also young as a producer. Yeah. Like what do our rates look like?
I think it's quite different from one person to the next.
Yeah.
It depends on.
Do you have your estimates? Let's use yours for example.
Okay. Let me just use mine. Okay. Ke separate the service ke di dirang into 4. Okay, because there's instrumentals, there's recording, there's mixing, and then there's mastering. Okay, so ke di separate and each service has its own rate. Okay, instrumentally in a rate ya yone. For example, 1,000 pula per instrumental. It doesn't matter what genre it is. If I made an instrumental in a tag ya fella, it's 1,000 pula. And then there's recording. You charge recording per hour. It's like 500 pula per hour. Mixing 500, mastering 500. That's a standard rate.
Yes.
So it's like full song is 2.5. For example.
Yes.
Okay. So I think it depends what mangare, because a lot of people mixing and mastering, it's not like one thing.
Yeah, it's two different things. What is the difference though between the two for a layman like me?
Okay, basically mixing. House no recorder. It's basically cleaning your vocals. Okay, I'm just cleaning your vocals, and then we get the leveler so that now the music is similar with shape. It's okay, where do I go with this? Basically, cleaning and leveling up, and just a bit of effects, and then mastering. Mixing, okay, now I'm reading the song for public consumption.
Wow.
So that's
the exciting part.
Sound thing in the standard. That much of a difference. That's mastering. Now the song is ready for public consumption. I'm self-taught in everything that I do when it comes to music. Self-taught. Because I don't think Motoka Paula like a what the availability of YouTube and internet.
Everybody can just pursue their dreams. So we're wrapping up our conversation with Fela the Beat here on Lunch with Your Faves, brought to you by KFC. But let me just get my chip because I'm talking, so I can't eat as I'm speaking, but I'll just nibble on my chip here. What's your advice, Fela, to Monana or maybe they want to be a producer. They love music. I love music. I wanted to be a producer before. I even wanted to go study sound engineering. Can you believe it? That was just weird. But that's how much I love the thing you're doing. What's your advice? Do I have to go to school? Number 1. Number 2,
you can go to school if you want. Okay? You can. But at the same time, I can tell you this about music. Every day, Marazinga, rules are broken when it comes to music because we are doing different things. We're trying different sounds. We're trying different genres of music. So not everything is done by the book. And most of the music is better nowadays. It's not really done by the book. But I encourage you to go to school and get all the basics you need in terms of numbers, dBs, and all those things. Get to know what a compressor is, all those things, okay? You can do that. But at the same time, you can be amazing if you teach yourself. One thing I know about music is that if you're going to cut corners and outside the shortcut and you're doing it for wrong reasons, it's never going to work out for you. I can tell you that. Yeah.
Alrighty. No, thank you so much, Fela. Thank you for coming through. Keep soaring high. Keep working as hard as you do. We see your work. We appreciate you. And we live these conversations because producers ke batho ba gantsi
Yeah.
ba dijimetse mmanyana ithele ka re la go legiwa ithele ka re wa re kena re beat and wa re kena ole
Yeah.
motho a teng a ntsang wena a dijimetse
And
yana
weird,
e ka
yeah.
re nkunyana yana or a motho a modimo ga te ka re dire beat and ba re ke nna
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's just weird how the look versus what you guys do in the studio when you guys are cooking in your element. So we love to see that, fella. And I just want to say thank you for coming in today. You know, thank you for having these conversations with us. And we look forward to having more of them as well.
Of course, it was my pleasure, Lezozo.
Thank you. Here's a song from Mello. It's called Inteching, produced by Fella. Do enjoy. We do have our Loud AF mix coming through next. This was Lunched with Your Faves.
Lunchtime with Your Fave was proudly brought to you by KFC. Finger licking good.